Hi everybody. So here is your math lesson video and I'm just getting this balanced here. I have set up my phone on a jar of tomato sauce and a can of beans, balancing it with a salt shaker. So learning at home in its best light. Okay, so we are looking at the Dream House Part 1 assignment. Okay, this is the apartment renovation. So this is model A that we're going to be looking at with those specific examples. So we're going to do a little area and perimeter review with assignment examples. Okay, so first little bit, area and perimeter. So area is in any shape, it's the space inside that shape. So it's this all shaded in bit, okay? And we find area by multiplying the height of a shape by the width. So we are looking at this measurement and this measurement here. Okay, so if we plunk those numbers in, the height is 3 and the width is 2. So 3 times 2, boom, easy 6. We know that. Okay, our unit of measurement here is meters. And area, because you're measuring everything inside and there's a few extra measurements in there that you're automatically doing, where our unit of measurement for area is meters squared. That's where that little bitty 2 is. Okay, perimeter is a little bit different. Perimeter is the area all the way around the outside. So this is a distance, okay? This would be if you're looking to fence in a yard, or you're looking at how long it is a property line, or the distance around the outside of the field, or even for track and field days. That's what we're looking at as well. So there's 2 ways that you can calculate this, and because this is just your base distance, your unit of measurement is just those meters. So we're going to use these same units for the length. Okay, so our height is 3 and our width is 2, but we need to multiply this by 2 because we've got 2 sides here and 2 sides there. All right, so this is one way to do it. It's a little bit of a shortcut. I'll show you the different option in just a sec. So we're going to add our height and our width together for perimeter and then multiply it by 2. We remember that that's how we do things when we have brackets, our order of operations. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Bringing down this, multiplying it by 2, we've got 10 meters. Okay, another way to do the exact same thing is just to add up all of the sides. So we've got a length of 3 and 3 and 2 and 2 going all the way around the shape, and we still come up with 10 meters. Okay, same, exactly the same. Okay, in this assignment, we are dealing with something called scale. So we look at scale when we are making a map that's a little bit smaller than the real world, right? And sometimes it's really hard to draw things to scale, especially when we're looking at house plans and things like that. So I'm just going to review the formulas for finding the different areas, the floor and the wall on this assignment. And then I will actually look at the first question and go through it. Okay, so for the purpose of this example, we're going to stick with this 2 height, 3 width. And I'm realizing right now that my little picture doesn't really make sense because the long side is the short in the picture, but you get it. It makes sense to you. I know you guys are with me. Okay, so we need to include scale in our equation. So if we're looking at the flooring for this assignment, okay, we're looking at the flooring. We are going to look and we're going to go width times scale. So the scale in this assignment is a 3 by 3 square. So each square on the assignment this is worth 3 feet, and this is worth 3 feet, okay? So to find the floor, there are 2 ways to go about it, okay? And I will show you. You can go width times scale. So in this example, if that's what we're looking at, we are going to go 2 times 3, okay, equals 6. And then we're going to go height times scale. And that is 3 times 3, okay, 3 times 3, 9, all right? Then we are going to multiply those 2 together, okay? So we're going to multiply the answers. So we're going to go 6 times 9 equals 54 meters squared, okay? So a little bit of a simpler way to do this is to take your width times height times your scale, and in this case it would be 9 because you're taking this measurement and this measurement that you've multiplied together. So your scale would be 9, okay? So I'll just put that in, that's your scale. So it would be exactly the same thing. 3 times 2 times 9 equals 54 meters squared. Okay, so far so good. All right, so wall area, we are still having to look at scale. We are also having to look at the wall height. So we have to do a couple different equations here. So we are going to look at the wall length and multiply that by scale. And then we are going to multiply the answer by height. So in this assignment, the height of the walls are all 8 feet. Okay, so we go length times scale equals whatever it is times 8. All right, so again, if we are looking at the scale is going to be 3, the height is going to be 8, and depending on which way you choose to multiply it, this length will change. So for example, if we have our same picture as before, and just keeping with my backwards mess, okay, so we can go, we're looking at this length, and then this length, and then this length, and then this length, okay? So say for example, I go like this, and I'll just draw these in because that makes perfect sense, of course. If we're going length, so we would go, okay, 2 meters times scale, which for this is 3, equals 6 times 8, okay? 6 times 8 is 48, okay? Then we're gonna go here. 3 times 3 equals 9 times 8 equals 72, and then we're going to do this one again. 2 times 3 equals 6 times 8 equals 48. This one, 3 times 3 equals 9 times 8 equals 72. Okay, and then we're going to add all of these together. All right, so we've got 8 and 2 is 10, 8 and 2 is 10, so we've got 20. 7 and 7 is 14, plus 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24. So we've got 240. We're still dealing in meters squared, okay? The other way that we could go about doing that is we can add up, so looking back at that perimeter, we can add up all of those outsides, okay? Multiply those by 3, and then multiply them by 8. So we've got 2, 3, 5, 2, 7, 3, 9, okay? 9 times 3 equals 27. We need to multiply it by the height of the wall. 8 equals 240 meters squared. Okay, so we're going to get into the actual example from the book. Okay, we're going to use the living room example, which is the first one on your assignment. So I'm just going to flip this page over so that we can start fresh. Okay, so we are just looking at the living room here, all right? So in this assignment, closets are a separate measurement. So we're going to have to take out the closet and we're going to do some counting. All right, so we're looking at the floor first, okay? So we're just looking at the living room, okay? And we're going to look at the floor first. So we're going to go height times scale. Okay, so for this one, 1, 2, 3. 3 times scale equals 9. All right, then we're going to count across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So width times scale equals 7 times 3 equals 21. Okay, the other way that we can do that, remember, is we can add these two together and multiply by 9. Okay, I'm just going to keep it this way and you can go back and figure out step 2. So because we're needing to take the closet out of this equation because it's right here, we are going to 21 minus 1 equals 20. All right, so now we are looking at 9 times 20. So 9 times 20. 9 times 20 equals 180. And here we're looking, our unit of measurement is feet. So 180 feet squared. Okay, so we could, like I said before, multiply the length and the width together. So 7 times 3 equals 21. We need to minus 1. So 20 times 9 equals 180. Oops, 180 feet squared. So this was our scale. This was the long wall, this was the short wall, and this was our scale. Okay? All right, so there's the living room, and this is the floor. All right, so moving on down, we are going to look at the walls. We're going to do 2 options with this. We are going to looking at each of the lengths of the walls and doing the math that way. And we will look at a slightly simpler way. Again, we are only looking at this shape. And here we're looking at the walls, okay? So if you're not sure where we are in this lesson, we are looking at the walls, okay? So first option, option 1, is to add up each of the lengths of the walls, or multiply each of the lengths of the walls by the scale, and then take the answer and multiply that by the height of the wall. Okay, so I'll go through this step by step and you'll get to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so here we've got 1, 2. So 2 times scale equals 6 times 8 equals 48. No problem. Now we're going to look here. So we've got 1 times 3 equals 3 times the height of that wall equals 24. And then we're going to go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times the scale equals 15 times the height of the wall equals 120. And then we're going to look at this distance. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3 equals 9 times 8 equals 72. All right. And then we're going to look at the length of this wall. 4 times 3 equals 12 times 8 equals 96. All right, and then we're going to take these numbers and we're going to add them together. All right, and we come up with 360 feet squared. We're still looking at area here. All right, so we've taken care of our scale, we've taken care of our wall height, we've done our steps. Fantastic. Let's look at option 2. Option 2 takes the length of the total length. So this is your perimeter length, but you're going to minus the doorways, okay, and you would obviously minus the closet. But if you have this list, so you've got, okay, 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so 15 times my scale equals 45 times the height of my wall. All right, times the height of those walls, 360 feet squared. All right, so you can do it either way, whatever way makes you comfortable. I do want to see the work, right? I always want to see the work. And so if you're writing things down like this, or you can have the answers on your sheet and you create a video on Seesaw and show me how you got there, fantastic. All right, so just to recap, in the table on your assignment where it says living room, and then up here it says floor, you are going to be writing 180 feet squared. And then walls, you will be writing 360 feet squared. All right, so I want you to try these out. I have a sheet that I'm going to be sending you of all of these equations, so that you can look back, play this video, stop or pause, repeat, rewind, all of that sort of stuff. Okay, and if you run into any troubles, give me a call or a text or an email or whatever works for you, and we are going to keep renovating. So I will talk to you all soon. Whoops, now you can see my juice, or my tomato sauce. We'll talk to you soon, and I hope that you find this super easy. Talk to you later. Bye.